So, welcome back to the part 2 of this channeling session, which is Twin Flames and Extraterrestrials. Now, many of you are incarnated from other galaxies or planets that have the concept of singularity. When you come to planet Earth, your main purpose is to raise the energy of Earth, and after doing so, you can go back to where you came from because the energy of your presence will stay for a long time. All in all, twin flames are very powerful souls and they're full of kindness. Before coming to Earth, they don't know the concept of darkness because some very rare ones have even come from a twin star galaxy. Twin star galaxy is the galaxy which has two stars, two suns. So there is no concept of time and there is no concept of darkness. So obviously when they come to Earth and they see that everyone is stuck in the time trap, it's difficult for them to even understand it, forget about living in it and imbibing it. So obviously when you come here, even if a celestial being or even if an avatar comes here, which we say avatar in Hindi and in English they say avatar, if they also come to planet Earth, they are supposed to forget who they are. And then in that process, due to their nature, they blindly trust anyone and everyone, even if it's evil people, evil souls. They want to believe the words that people say because in their planet or where they come from, in their galaxy, they never say what they don't mean. They will never say anything that is not true or communicate anything which is not true. So on planet Earth, during the twin flame journey, obviously you suffer a lot, you go through many betrayals and your hearts, all of your hearts weep blood tears when you see the torture that takes place on planet Earth, which is done by none other than human beings who are otherwise protected by gods. So human beings are the enemies of other human beings. Human beings are killing other human beings. Human beings are raping other human beings. Human beings are murdering other human beings. Human beings are doing all these things to their own fellow human beings. They're torturing compassionate animals like cows and dogs. So they also go through a lot of betrayals on planet Earth when they are children. Say someone has sexual abuse or someone has a very physically violent relationship, or their parents have a lot of problems like addictions and manipulation, or they are in narcissistic families, things like that. When they see, they do not know who to trust, who to believe in, because these are their own people. You know, someone in the family is sexually abusing them, someone who's supposed to be a protector, say an uncle or a paternal uncle or a maternal uncle or aunt or somebody like that, you know. And abuse happens for both boys and girls especially if the boy is in a feminine has a feminine energy, then he will obviously have problems. So much they go through, so much betrayal, so they cannot really connect with the good human beings or the other human beings who are like them, like-minded souls on their journey on planet Earth. And for many years they form a shell, they form like a protective shell, and their behavior also displays that they want to keep away from human beings, they want to stay away. And I know a lot of you are going to resonate on this because a lot of you have been healing your childhood wounds and traumas. And let me tell you one thing, that this is the place you need to heal, the childhood. Childhood and adolescence are the only two places where you need to heal, because everything else is connected. The patterns and the loops are going to repeat. Obviously they're going to repeat, there's no other way, and I'm saying this from my personal experience, you know. So all these betrayals, unhealed family templates, they stop them from seeing the reality. What is the reality? Reality is not what you're seeing with the two eyes. Reality is what you see with your third eye. The reality does not need all these materialistic things, because materialistic things are a manifestation of your mental thoughts. Okay, mind creates matter, not the other way around. So now for the ETs who are living amongst human beings or who have been incarnated as human beings, who are also in the twin flame journey, they purposely choose such extreme suffering because suffering gives them a soul shock, and then it also helps in the Kundalini rising. And that is very important to know. Why? Because, say for example, Buddha was an enlightened soul, was an enlightened master soul, but he had to be in the human life or on life on planet earth in various forms. Like sometimes he was a fish, then a deer, or a woman. So he had to take many lives, many forms, and eventually after many thousands and millions of years he finally became the enlightened one. So that is a very long process. So that type of a long process, it's not possible right now. So what they did is, and these are very high vibrating beings, so they are already enlightened masters. So for a master soul to come on planet earth is any which way like very difficult, it's almost impossible, but they choose it. They do it for the others. They are doing it for the humankind, they're doing it for the mankind. They want to help humanity because they are the watchers, they are the guardians of the human race. They are the ones who have created they are the ones who did the inception of human race. So they definitely have that heart, and they do not want earth to get destroyed, because earth is the center point of everything. The reason why earth is so important, why, is because earth is a place of duality. Earth is the only place, or earth like places have duality, which means dark and light both coexist, and that is also a very high state. So being a human is not a joke as well. So it was not possible for them to interfere from outside. It was not possible for them to make decisions like that. So they decided to come into the, you can say, the operational ground basically. And though it was very difficult, but they decided to do it, and they were very sure that no matter what comes their way, they will not leave the path of the soul. They have to get into the mud and get the dirt cleaned up and opened up, and by doing so they're also helping other compassionate human beings to awaken, because they also need some kind of support in this world full of programming and full of so many difficulties, and so much hypnotizing going on, hypnotizing people through television, newspaper, media, television in the sense the TV shows, and also the advertisements for selling products. Everything has some kind of programming going on. So they decided to enter planet Earth in a physical form, despite all difficulties, despite not being concerned about what would come their way, and to get the work done. As a twin flame, the major lesson is to be able to differentiate between a dark force and a benevolent being. In simple way, as a twin flame, you need to know how to differentiate between fake and real. When the third eye is open and the person is awakened, not only they can recognize the different energy formats, but they can also stop them from performing evil acts. For example, Buddha was an enlightened one, and he had transformed Angulimal dacoit, who used to cut the fingers of all those people he used to kill. He had 999 fingers and used to wear them around his neck like a garland. And while looking for the 1000th person, he came across Buddha. And after that, he changed, he became a monk, and he became an arahant. So, arahant is a very high stage, it's just below the stage of Buddha. And in that world of dimension, is almost the same as being Buddha. So, how did he do that? He did that because he was such a big yogi. He would not get affected by anything. Then going to Indian mythology, which I don't understand why it's called mythology, because it's a very potent science. So Lord Sri Ram had killed Ravan, who was the cause of havoc in all three lokas, be it the Swarglok, where the celestial beings live, Earth, or the Manushya Lok, and then Patal, which is the underworld. So Ravan had been given the boon from Shiva that he cannot be killed by anyone. And it was, even though it was extremely easy for Shiva to kill him, but Shiva said that I will not kill the same person who I gave a boon to. So Vishnu had incarnated on earth as Sri Ram, as Lord Sri Ram, and as a human he also faced many challenges, especially when Ravan had kidnapped his wife Sita. And later on, with the help of Hanuman and other genetic genius creations like Sugriv, who was also half monkey, half human like Hanuman, Jatayu, who was the son of eagle god, and Garud and Jamvant, who was half human and half bear, sorry, and many such entities. So Ram was able to cross the ocean and kill the mighty and extremely powerful Ravan in his own land, Sri Lanka. So in that era, darkness was curbed, but earth was descending toward the dark ages. And Kalyug is dark ages. In Hindi, Kalyug is called dark ages. But now the earth is ascending towards Satyug, which is the golden era. So this is very important time of shift, and high vibrating master souls have decided to raise the vibration of planet earth. The dark forces always make men believe that there is no life outside of earth. They program humans in such a way that humans believe that temporary earth life is permanent, and they get very easily deviated and distracted by many things, be it sex, be it money, be it power, be it fame, be it name. They just don't know. They are so easily influenced by these things. So they have programmed the humans, and I'm talking about the malefic ETs, have programmed humans in such a way that humans do not realize anything until the time of their death comes. And by then it's too late to get awakened. And thus they have to be born again. And for many people, it's a loop of life and birth again and again and again. So twin flames are here to show to the world that what you see is temporary, and your attachment to the body is simply an illusion that's only meant to waste time.